Alright, hello, and welcome to the VOD. For this video, we will see a 1700 ELO game by Hollywoodsfinest playing Talon. This is another replay where the submitter thought that they played very well, but still ended up losing. This is going to be another replay where I will hopefully be able to talk about things that they did in fact do wrong that would have helped them win the game. So we've seen a lot of these lately, and I like commentating these because I think that these are some of the best replays you can commentate, because I think they're the most eye-opening for players, because they're like, they feel really good about this game. They're like, oh, I played really well about this game, and then I can point out things and they're like, oh yeah, that was dumb. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that, and so on. So I'm assuming that we're going to see Talon top lane, and looks like it might be against a Kennen, and that's going to be a rough lane for Talon. Talon is very good against melee champions. His rake is very good harass, and he's able to kite very effectively against melee champions, but against a Kennen, it's going to be a little rough. Ashe Sona bot lane for Trist Lux, it looks like. Taking cleanse on Trist is a really good plan against Ashe and Sona. It's going to be hard for them to really ult that Trist. So you guys are blue side on the Talon, so you are going to have to be careful about an early Lee Sin gank with red buff. You could start at red and come getting top right away with level 2 and red buff, so you are going to have to be a little careful about that. Boots is an okay starting against Kennen. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like, honestly, against Kennen, you might have to go, like, going Claw 5 wouldn't be a horrible decision. Like, generally, you don't want to Wriggles on Talon, because you just want damage. Like, you want the Warren's Blade and Brutalizer and all that fun stuff. But, against Kennen, you know, this ranged, high harass person, you might want to consider getting Wriggles just for that sustain in lane if you need it, and in that case, like, starting Claw 5 would be a good idea. This engage is a little scary. Neither team really has a lot of level 1 CC though, so yeah, I should be okay doing this. That was bad. Your whole team got hit by that RAQ. You did land that rake though, so that was a good blind rake. I'm not really, I guess stealing the blue buff isn't bad, but you're going to be pretty behind top lane. Oh, are you going to mid? Okay, so Gragas is going to go top, and you're going to mid against Ahri. Ahri is also going to be a rough lane against Talon. I think you're pretty much just going to have to farm, at least until level 6. It's going to be pretty rough to, like, even hit her. Yeah, so you didn't come out on top of that trade. Actually, she took a lot of minion damage, so you didn't come out on top of that trade. But that's fine. Whenever you're playing against Ahri or a skillshot champion in general, always move perpendicular to them. So, like, she's right here, so you want to move this way right now, just to make it harder to get hit by skill shots. Don't move in and out of them, because it doesn't make it any harder for them to hit skill shots on you if that's what you're doing. So good W harass. Last time I played Talon was before they, like, nerfed his mana costs and everything, so I don't really know how much you can spam W without running out of mana anymore, but. And there's that early Lee Sin gank with red buff that I was talking about, that Gragas did not watch for, but called it. Yeah, so whenever you're laning as Ahri, you just want to dodge her Qs as best as you can. It's pretty annoying, but you could rake these minions to just slow the push to your turret, because you don't want the lane to hit your turret. You don't want Ahri to be able to, like, go roam because your lane's at your turret and everything, so. You also probably end up missing some CS, like you missed that one to the turret. This could have been avoided if you just raked the minion wave and let tried to prevent the minion wave from pushing. But it's also pretty hard to outpush an Ahri, so there's that too. So it's rough that your team is feeding, but you were slow to react to that. You could have jumped on that Ahri. You probably could have killed her. So a little slow reaction on you. I think that you definitely could have ended up killing that. Good harass on the RA. When your E's on cooldown, you can definitely kill her. Depends on how much those potions heal her up in that time, but he also forced her to use a lot of spells there because she panicked, so she's out of mana. This is a dangerous bait. Yeah, I was just gonna say that was a really obvious bait. Like if she's that low health and she goes aggressive like that, that should clue you in. Like, whoa, that's a bait. Like that was a very odd play for her to make if Lee Sin was not there. So that was very obvious bait. You shouldn't have fallen for that. You did get the kill, but so that's okay. But Lee Sin, nah, he's not gonna be able to push it to your turret. So I mean that was okay that you traded, but they did get assist money on it, so it was not in your favor since they got the assist money. But yeah, so definitely want to try to try not to let Ahri push your lane and control the flow of the lane. Like what Rake is very good at pushing also. Like I said, I'm not familiar with mana cost anymore on Talon since the changes, but really good harass. That's really good. You dodge the Q, so very nice. If you keep that up, Ahri's gonna have a really tough time laning against you. You might even force her to start picking up. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, she didn't flash that last fight? That's weird. Oh, mistake by the Wukong, but he's okay, just had to flash out. At level 6, you can definitely kill this Ahri, so... it looks like she's trying to back, so since she's trying to bait, you can push her to her turret. Unless she was just trying to bait you, and she's actually going to stay there, but... yeah, she is just going to stay there. You can dive this, though. Because you can just ER her and she's probably dead, so... always keep in mind your mana cost. You do have enough mana cost to do your 3 spells. Yep. So that's good. Good way to run, because we did see Lee Sin top just a few minutes ago, so it's a good way to run bottom instead of top. It's pretty safe. You should start looking at trying to give some support to your bottom. I'm pretty sure your bottom's losing. They should be losing, because they're Ashe. Actually, your bottom lane's okay. Trace has 2 kills though, so it's a little scary. So you might seriously want to try to start helping out your bottom lane. You should have picked up a ward. You were really close to a ward. Or you had enough money for a ward, but definitely should have picked up a ward. You should have warded right here. This would have helped you see Lee Sin coming out of your top jungle, and would have made it really hard for him to gank. But you're definitely beating this Ahri, so keep the really high pressure on her. When her Q, you should jump in on her right now. Like her highest damage is her Q, and it was on cooldown. She used it and missed you, and that's when you jump in. Or like it's on cooldown, jump on her. Like Lee Sin's top, you should just jump on her again. You had really good success jumping on her, and you were pretty much half healthing her. She has no HP potions, another big reason. Looks like you picked up some mobility boots to really have strong presence in the other lanes, which is good. You should easily pick up this Lee Sin kill. Yeah, good job not using your ult. A lot of players just would use their ult right there, but it was completely unnecessary, so good job there. That was a good play. You need to be warning your bot lane. Okay, never mind, Ahri's right here. I was going to say Ahri's like near, so... Okay, so since you got ignited, I would have just backed off there. Like your ignite didn't kill her. It's okay since you forced her out, but you got ignited and you're not in immediate danger of dying. So if you just left, you would have already had a big advantage. So it's fine that you continue pursuing that since you didn't end up dying. But you did use your ignite and she didn't end up dying either. So if you just backed off, she would have been without her ignite. You would have still had your ignite, and you would have been in a very similar situation. So. This Lee Sin's annoying. He's everywhere. But that's what happens when Lee Sin picks up an early kill, like all my Gragas. So. I'm assuming your duo Q with this monkey, because he just gave you blue without anything being said in game. So it's normally a pretty good sign of a duo Q. So. Yeah, Kennen might be a problem if he gets fed. He's 4 kills, so it's a little scary. But once again, like, you should be aggressive on this Ahri. You've seen like how much damage you do in small bursts to her, while she's silenced, that she can't return. So I really feel like you should be being a little more aggressive. It's a little scary since like Kennen's missing, Lee Sin's missing, you have no ward coverage. Once again, this is kind of like, where's Lee Sin? There he is. Yeah, remember when Lee Sin's on you that you can't go invis. But good job pulling it back to the turret, and they are going to get a double kill. Yeah, so this Ahri is like, so one thing, whenever you're laning, you can try to get a feel for like how your lane partner plays, and like this Ahri telegraphs when Lee Sin's there so hard. Like the first time you saw, she was like, how about she just runs this way? She did the exact same thing when Lee Sin was in the top push now. She just runs this way, and it's like, oh hey, Lee Sin's obviously here. So yeah. Okay, leaving base with 360 gold, bad. Pick up some health potions, pick up some wards. Don't ever leave base with like 300 gold without buying a single consumable. Health potions are still really helpful for you right now. Wards are always great. Like, you should definitely picked up a couple wards, like ward right here, ward dragon or something. Like, no reason to leave base with that much money without buying a ward. So I think that's a big mistake. Yeah, and there's that high damage that I'm talking about that she can't return, and you didn't even have rake for that. But be careful, since you don't have potions and she does, these trades might not quite be in your favor. You should also be looking, like, asking this Gragas if he wants to switch, because he's having a really hard time against Kennen. Alright, so really good gank there. Nice use of your ulti for the move speed bonus. I liked that. But you should be asking this Gragas if he needs to switch. He's having a really tough time. He got ganked early by that Lee Sin, and that really screwed him. And he is ganked even more by that Lee Sin. But he's not buying wards, which is a big mistake. I don't know why he's not buying wards. But yeah, so your farm is pretty decent. It's not bad. You're not missing very many, so that's good. Yeah. Gragas has words but in his inventory, but it's not using them. But I think he just died to Kennen like in lane that time, but so good kill, good kill. Be careful though, because okay, Lee Sin's bot, so you see Lee Sin, you don't have to worry about getting ganked. I would definitely start trying to put pressure on bottom lane. The thing with bottom lane is if you get a good gank off bottom lane and pick up some kills, it's Dragon. So you need to start like being active and controlling Dragon because you're dominating this game. Anytime you're doing really well in a game, your steps are, you always want to use like the fact that you're stronger than your lane partner or whatever to get more advantages. And the biggest advantage you can get when you're mid lane is Dragon. So once again, leaving base, you could have picked up a health potion, but not a big deal. So you're really big right now with your BF sword. Start talking to your team. Be like, hey, Wukong, come do Dragon. Come do the Drake. And with blue buff, you can just spam rake and just really push your lane and really have free control to go roam. You have 4 levels on this Ahri, wow. But without wards, like, you have to be careful with how aggressive you are, because you never know if like Lee Sin's coming right here or what. I know you're focusing a lot on top, which is good because Gragas is having a rough time, but focusing bot gets you Dragon, so just keep that in mind when you're doing all your roaming. This should be a Kennen kill. Kennen's hard to gank sometimes, but if Gragas lands a good barrel, this should definitely be a Kennen kill. You guys are wasting time just sitting here, though. Like, you guys need to go. Ahri's missing, you don't know where she is. You guys need to go. She's wasting way too much time. Yep, Ahri's making a play bot. You guys need to be going. Like, I don't know why you guys waited so long. Actually, okay. Well, you took one too many turret hits. Oh, you live. That's good. But yeah, you guys waited really long. Like, Kennen was up here last hitting, and you guys didn't go. I don't know, but that's okay. It worked out because he came out aggressively, kind of randomly. So that's okay. But here we see Ahri making plays bot, and so You left, made a play top, but Ari left, made a play bot. So good play by Ari to go do stuff. And they might pick up that dragon. Lee Sin was just top, but if he comes, they might pick up that dragon. And you guys haven't had sight like at all on dragon, so. Yeah, you need to pick it. Like, you haven't bought a single ward all game, and you should be warding. When you're dominating a lane really hard, you need to ward, because that, if you have proper ward and proper vision, that allows you to be very aggressive, because you're like, okay, Lee Sin's not here, I can be aggressive. But if you don't know, you have to play a little more passively. So if you're doing really well in a lane, you should always buy wards, because it allows you to play much more aggressively. And yeah, you guys lost dragon, probably because of that Ari gank bot. And it just goes back to what I'm saying, where if you gank bot, you pick up dragons. You need to be in here. Like, you could have gotten here a lot earlier, but Kennen and Ari are going to get top lane while you guys are messing around in their jungle. So it's really good play by the enemy team. And this is the pressure I talk about in a lot of my videos. Lots of pressure. So the enemy team, like, you guys, they're pressuring your jungle and they're pressuring top lane. You guys overcommitted to the jungle, so they're going to get top. And that's a good play by them. Like, you guys picked up some kills in the jungle, but you guys are going to lose your top turret. So, you guys don't have a single turret taken, and they have 3 turrets of yours taken, so you're definitely getting a lot of kills, but these kills, you're not using these kills to take things like turrets and dragons. And that's how you really win a game that you're carrying well in. Like, you guys shouldn't be chasing this Kennen. You guys should be pushing. Like, go push mid. You know, do something with the fact that you just killed like Ari. Yeah, you're really strong right now, so you can probably 1v1 Lee. You have to be a little careful. He does have a lot of armor, but I don't know what these guys are doing. But Kennen's bottom, so, and Kennen's allowed to do a little bit since his lane's pushed up so far. Like, he's allowed to go put pressure on other lanes and help, like, control dragon and things. So yeah, at this point your rake's like full clearing waves. So really strong right now. Ari's getting a blue buff probably, so you could go try to interrupt that, but it's really risky since you don't see like anyone on the map. Talon can be like very slippery though, but it's not a play I would make, but if you felt really crazy you could have tried to stop that. So and I want to talk about pressure again. Look what's happening right now. Like, you guys have no pressure anywhere at all, and they're taking dragon for free because top lane's not pressuring, Gragas left. Bottom lane's not pressuring, they're in their turret. And you couldn't pressure because there wasn't pressure anywhere else. You didn't know where the enemy team was. So because of that, like, they just took dragon because they could commit like 5 people to dragon, no problem. They weren't in danger of losing anything else by doing so. You could kill that Kennen. Yeah, you should have saved that to jump on the Kennen. That was actually a really good Ash arrow. But yeah, he did have ultis, so it was probably good you didn't jump on him, but I feel like you could have insta-gibbed him in your silence, so like if you flash jumped on him, and that would have been really big for your team. Woo, close one. But your team is kind of playing pretty poorly here. You're definitely doing the best on your team, but I can't stress how important it is. Like, when you're doing the best on your team, you need to be the one forcing objectives. You need to be the one picking up barons and pushing turrets. You can't, like, if you're not going to do it, who else is? Because no one else on your team is doing well. It's like, yeah, you were able to roam top and pick up a few kills, but what did you get out of those kills? you didn't get out of anything. You didn't get anything out of those kills. You just got kills. Versus like Ahri ganked bot at the same time you ganked top, picked up kills, and got dragon. And like when you gank and you pick up a kill, you need to make sure that you get something out of that, like a turret or a dragon, or you steal their red buff, something like that. Because that's something you haven't done at all. You're 8-2, but you haven't helped your team secure any objectives, despite being 8-2. All you've done is pick up kills. So, yeah, once again, like your team has no pressure. You can't push this because your team has no pressure anywhere else. So, that's on your team. Like, but you could also be communicating with your team, be like, "Hey, team, we need to pressure, push lanes." But your team is so scared, they're not able to push out, and that means that you can't push because no one else is pushing anything. So as soon as you hit the turret, you just have to leave, which is a shame. And they're going to get dragon again. It looks like they're setting up for it. Probably respawn soon. But look at this. These guys are way out of position. Good Ashe arrow. That was really good play. Yeah, good play by Ashe and Sona to recognize that they're so far out of position and just kill them. Yeah, that was a horrible play by them. Like that was really good read by Ashe and Sona. That was a solid play. But look, you guys just killed 2 of them, and what are you doing? Like these guys are just like walking in the forest. Like Ashe is gonna go farm middle or bottom, but like you're gonna go take blue. Why not push? Like you guys just killed 2 people. Like you could push mid. It's very frustrating to see this happen. Like you just killed 2 people, and what happened? Nothing. You didn't do anything with that. So you always want to, like, when you kill someone or make a play and get some advantage, force people back to base. See if you can push. See if you can take a dragon. Anything like that. This is good. Oh, I was just gonna say, I think Cannon ult should still be down, but never mind. I never know like the cooldown on that. But really good kill there. Now push. You see 2 people bottom. The worst thing can happen is Ahri and Lee Sin can come, but Gragas is pressuring mid. You are totally safe to push this, because if they come to stop you, which they were, Gragas gets mid. It was really silly that Ahri to think that she could kill you, but like, and this is what happens because your team actually has good pressure. You got your first turret because you pressured top while Gragas pressured mid. They could only stop one. Ahri tried to stop you. Lee Sin tried to stop you, but and Gragas got mid turret. So finally got a turret. An early GA. Okay, lets you be really crazy. I can kind of see it. You're really far ahead. You don't really need damage right now, so I can see that. Like, they don't have that much armor. Cannon has a little bit of armor, but yeah, it's not bad. I might have, if I wanted a defensive item, I probably would have gone something with more magic resist this game, since they're double AP with Lux support, and even Triss does a fair amount of magic damage with her abilities. But I can see the GA. It lets you be really crazy, so that's not bad. I feel like Dragon should be Sin. Always try to like keep in mind when Dragon's gonna spawn. I don't know why Ahri's like ulting to chase the Sona. Seems excessive. But you guys like, I feel like you saw that because there's health bars. But so see like, hey, Ahri's ult down. Go take Dragon. No, Talon typically will not build that brutalizer into a Ghost Blade. It's similar. I don't know. But yeah, here's Dragon. Ahri doesn't have ult, and you guys need to contest this. Like, you can't keep giving him free dragons, so Ashe needs to come. Alright, yeah, they got scared off, which is good. But don't take this. Like, you guys aren't in a position where you can take this, because the Cannon's just going to come in and ult everyone. The Ashe arrow landed, but it was at a bad time. It was not at a time where people could come. So here we see like GA doesn't matter in this particular fight for you, and this is why like I was like, maybe GA, because like you didn't get focus, you didn't die, the armor wasn't all that helpful. Like I feel like more damage would have helped you out more in that fight, but it's hard to say. Instead of chasing off, you should go help your team secure Dragon. It's up, and you just killed everyone but Triss. It's an easy dragon. Yeah, Ghostblade's not bad for like a last item, but it's not great. Like the reason Ghostblade's not great on Talon, you don't really auto attack much on Talon, so the active's not as helpful as it could be. And like crits are really not that great on Talon. Like it's still helpful, but you're mostly a caster. You don't end up auto attacking all that much, and that's why Ghostblade isn't great. It's not like it's still good. You still benefit from the stats, but there's other items you want more, like Bloodthirster and GA and stuff. So. But okay, now you've started securing objectives for your team, and that's how you need to play when you're so far ahead. You also, I mean, you don't have item slots to ward, but this is one thing you could always do to help carry your team is ward. Like, your team has very few wards on the map, and warding is not just the support's job at all. Like, it's everyone's job to ward. Okay, I can't stress that enough. I feel like too many people think, like, support's job is only to ward. Yeah, somebody else was joking saying, so get boots for Bloodthirsters and GA on Talon, and yeah, that's actually fairly accurate because Talon actually scales with AD like higher than almost any champion in the game. His passive gives him 10% more when they're debuffed. Like his Q does huge damage. And yeah, he scales really well. Like this is why also the 15% amplified damage. And yeah, he scales really well. But so right now you guys are just kind of like, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing. Herp-a-derp. Red buff is really good on Talon. You should be asking if you can take red buffs. It's really good on Talon because it procs his passive. Yeah, that's why I love it. But like, I think like both teams are really too scared to do anything right now. You guys need ward coverage though. Like you don't have Baron warded. You don't have Dragon warded. You guys really need ward coverage right now. But in this situation, just try to keep pressure on lanes. Like, you guys need to keep pressure on bot, keep pressure on mid, keep pressure on top. Oh, very good Ash Arrow. That was an amazing Ash Arrow. Picked off that Ahri, no problem. You guys could be looking to Baron off that. Oh, let's just use ulti? Yeah, you guys should definitely be looking to Baron. Oh, Ash just caught though. You guys have to go save Ash. Ash just got caught. Okay, good. So, yeah, you had the ulti, which is unfortunate, but, you guys should fight. Like, what are you doing? Like, Kennen had to go back. Like, you had killed Ahri. She's probably back now, but I don't know why you guys are so afraid. Like, this is free kills. Kennen used ult. Like, I have no idea why your team is so afraid. Like, now you're initiating, but now it's too late. Kennen has ulti again. Like, now it's way too late to engage on that. That was bad. You can kill this Kennen though. Like if he gets too close to you, just go Rambo, kill that Kennen. Yeah, be a man. Nope. So that was really bad. Like you guys had the advantage. Kennen was back to base. Ahri had just revived, and they're all here, and you guys are here, and you just stood there like, hey, there's 5 of us and 3 of you, but don't really want to do anything about that. And that was really bad of you guys. Like you could initiate that. You have GA. You can be crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys are just so afraid because you had ult down, but big mistake there. That's gonna cost you like 2 turrets, possibly inhib. But what you guys need to do, when you spawn, you guys rush Baron, because they're not going to be able to do Baron. They're too low, like Kennen's low. I guess Kennen's the only one that's low, actually. But you guys just need to go rush Baron when this happens. It's your only shot at getting back in the game is to get this Baron right away. Yeah, so you guys just need to go rush Baron, because it's probably where they're headed. You need to get them off of it, and there's a good chance that you can take it, so. Now, looks like that's where you guys are headed. There. Kennen's probably going to have ulti, so you guys need to be careful. But if that Ahri actually bases, like, they're basing, just take Baron. Yep, free Baron for you guys, free Baron. Go take it. That was an unfortunate Dragon Sparrow. I wasn't pulling anyone over, but there you go, free dragon. So they traded 2 inhibs for the Baron, and this is why I always say Baron's greater than inhib. They made a good play because they got 2 inhibs, but if you only got 1 inhib, I don't think it's worth trading an inhib for a Baron. But it's a pretty good play by you guys to go take that Baron. At this point, you guys need to be careful. Like, you have 2 inhibs down. You guys just lost the last team fight. You need to be a little careful. As far as playing Talon, your job is assassinating, and right now their Trist is huge. Trist is 9-2, so you should be trying to kill Trist every fight. Like, Kennen's big and everything, but he has armor. He's going to have Zonya soon. There might not be much you can do against Kennen. But Trist has no armor. Very squishy still. You can insta-give her. Trist needs to be your focus in team fights. So. You need to be a little careful while your GA isn't out, but yeah, you guys just need to keep your top and your mid lane pushed out, and try not to let him steal your buffs. This is a big thing right now. Like, you have Baron, so you can contest buffs as long as you keep your lane pushed out. Yeah, you guys are gonna pick up that red buff. You really should be getting that red buff. Like, it helps so much because of your passive. We're having a discussion in IRC about Ashe arrows, and if Slash is arrowing too little, and I don't think so. I haven't found I haven't seen a glaring situation where Ashe like should have arrowed and didn't. That was really bad by that Sona to get picked right there. Really bad. There's no reason for you guys to be up here. Like, there's nothing to defend right here. So don't even like chance getting caught by being like up here. So if they dive double turrets, you guys should be able to win. But you need to take out Trist is the biggest thing. Like right now, if you suicide to kill Trist, it would be worth it because that would severely limit their pushing power, and that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, they're just going to go take this turret, which is fine. You have to give that up because you have to defend your turret since you have 2 inhibs down, but yeah. So yeah, in fights, your whole job is to just take out Trist. Like, it'd be worth like flashing in and killing that Trist. But you didn't really end up doing much this fight. Like, you haven't done pretty much anything yet. You had that opportunity when they initiated to flash E on Trist. And once again, like you need to get on this Trist. Not the Ahri. Okay, finally, Trist died. But like, the thing is, like, that Ahri is 3 and 11. And like, he's not nearly as important as the Trist was, so I definitely would have gone Trist. Like, I think that was a mistake. You had the opportunity when everyone initiated to jump on that Trist right after she jumped, and you would have instantly killed that Trist, and like Wukong wouldn't have died. But pretty good fight for you guys. Pretty good fight. Be looking to push and to take buffs right now. Like, you should go check their blue buff. It's iffy if you can actually push since Lee Sin's up in like 5 seconds. But you could definitely steal their blue buff if it's up. Yeah. It should be up, unless you have got like both blue buffs on you, but it might be up, so. You didn't even check it though, which I think is a mistake. You could have possibly taken it, but that's alright. Yeah, like, if you're walking right here, why not just go check that blue buff, see if it's there. Would have been too dangerous to steal at this point, but... So this is the awkward phase in the game where, like, okay, now they're going to be too afraid to do much because you just kicked their ass. And, like, you guys are going to be too afraid to do much because you have 2 exposed inhibitors. And so now it's kind of the waiting game where both teams just kind of try to farm, keep their lanes pushed out, and wait for the other team to make a big mistake. I can't, like, you guys have had no ward coverage, like, this whole game. This is a big mistake by you guys. I don't, like, if they're just clearing it with oracles, but, you guys should have a lot more ward coverage. And the reason why is, like, no one's buying wards except this poor Sona. So, of course, you're not going to have very good ward coverage. Like, Sona's not going to be able to keep up buying that many wards while having items. Like, it's really far into the game, and she only has, like, it's 40 minutes in the game, and she doesn't even have Aegis, because poor Sona's probably trying to ward the whole map for you guys, and keep up with oracles, so. But yeah, in team fights, you need to get that Trist, like, especially if you have GA up, oh man, like, that's your duty, you just go kill Trist every fight. And you've used your ulti a lot for the positioning aspect to get in, but you should try to be able to position yourself better to where you can use your ulti for the damage instead of being forced to use it for the positioning aspect, but that's okay. Now, if you're playing Talon and your goal is to assassinate someone like Trist, you have to think about how are you going to handle a rocket jump. If you can just walk up to her. Oh, that's a really good Asho. She has cleanse though. Trist has cleanse, so yeah, she'll be okay because she was able to cleanse out of that. But that was a really good arrow, and now Trist doesn't have cleanse for the fight, so that's still fine. That would have been like a game-winning arrow if Trist didn't have cleanse. Don't blow too much on this Lee Sin because he's just gonna jump back. But get on this Trist. That Trist should be yours. You can get on her right now. There you go. Good. Now you need to get on this Kennen. Oh no, never mind. Kennen's dead. Yeah, you guys are good. This is a really good fight. You guys need to push now. Or get Dragon. Like, do you guys have a timer on Dragon? Because Dragon might be up, or Baron. I mean, Baron might be up. In fact, I think it is. Are you guys like pre-made 5? Because there's like no one's talking at all in chat. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so it's a good fight that gets you Baron. You guys have a very, very good AoE. So if you guys can fight in the forest, that's really good for you guys. So, I mean, well, actually I take that back because they have really strong AoE too, with like Kennen and Ahri and Lux. So forest fights are kind of good for both teams, but. You guys are in a good position now. You have Baron. Now you're allowed to be aggressive. You just won the last team fight. They're going to be scared of you. And you guys should be aggressive. Like, you guys just missed a good opportunity to push because you had 2 lanes pushing. But instead you guys are, like, basing, dragoning, and buying. Which is fine. You should definitely buy after getting Baron and to be your strongest when you go make a play. But you did miss a very good opportunity to push because of the way the lanes were right now. But you guys need to buy. You need to regroup. And you need to push right now. Push, 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 push. Like, you're not going to get a better time to push than right now. You guys are strong. You just cleaned up in a team fight, and now you have Baron buff. So you guys are way stronger than them. You're not going to get a better opportunity to push. You need to buy right now, and then regroup with your team. You need to go elixir up, and then regroup with your team. And go push, push, push. You guys are just wasting your Baron. Like, I know you're trying to farm up your BTs, but you guys are wasting your Baron right now. Be right back. 1 second. Okay. So like, I have no idea why you guys are playing so scared right now. You just like really want to team fight hard, and then you got Baron, and you guys are still playing scared. Like, yeah, they might be able to backdoor your inhibs, but I mean, if they backdoor your inhibs, you just base race them and win because like you have Baron. So you guys are gonna do tons of damage to the turret. That was a bad Ashe arrow. That was a really horrible angle to throw it. If she threw it just this way, it would have hit one of them. That was a really, really bad Ashe arrow, but that's okay. That would have probably won the game if she landed that arrow, but that's okay. I mean, like, if you're playing Ashe, you're going to miss arrows. Like, it's just part of playing Ashe. You're not going to land 100% of your arrows, so. Like, I still don't understand why you guys are so afraid, though. Yeah, like, I don't understand that arrow. Like, she threw it this way. It's like obvious they're gonna run this way, so it's like that's a really bad angle to throw it. I think she's just trying to snipe the Triss without hitting the Lee Sin. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. You guys have wasted your entire Baron by farming the jungle, pretty much. I don't get it. Like, you guys just won a team fight and you got Baron and you're too afraid to do anything. And like, no one's stepping up to lead the team right now. Like, you right now could be like, guys, let's push. Group up and push, or split push. Be like, Wukong go bottom, everyone else stay mid. Something like that. Like, people will listen to you because you're 17-3. People in general will listen to you if you're doing well. I don't know if that was worth flash. That was. Right, you don't have the burst to insta give Ari, I guess, which is surprising. I thought you would, but you just used both summoners and did pick up a kill, so that was a big mistake. But. Yeah, like, you guys have wasted Baron. Now you guys are grouped as 5 and maybe pushing without Baron. I don't know, but you definitely should be. Definitely should have been pushing while you had Baron. Look, now you guys are pushing. You're like, oh hey, our Baron wore off. Let's go push. That's very silly. I don't understand. It's just too funny. Like, I don't get it. It's like the Baron buff. The sound the Baron buff made when it left you reminded everyone. They're like, oh hey, we had Baron, we should have pushed or something. I don't get it. But yeah, still in these fights, you want to be just going after Triss. Triss does so much damage late game. That should be your. There you go. So good job. You forced the Triss out of the fight and to focus you at GA. So that's really good. That Lee Sin like is not dying though. Okay, Ashe Arrow just came back up. Ooh, bad play by that Ashe though. Good job picking up the Lux kill. That's alright. That was a rough team fight for you guys, but. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what happened in that team fight. I was trying to focus on you. You kind of sidestepped the Cannonball and then got on the Trist, but there were like 3 people on you, so they popped your GA. And I think what happened is your team just couldn't kill Lee Sin. He was just way too tanky. And so Lee Sin really forced Ashe to have to focus him, and because of that, Ashe was not able to kill him. And this is the problem with your team comp. Your team comp is very physical damage heavy. And so what happened was Lee Sin stacked armor. He had like 300 armor. He couldn't die. The only person that could kill that Lee Sin was Gragas, and Gragas is not going to be able to like burst down Lee Sin. So I feel like you played a pretty solid game. But the big things in that game was like you guys needed wards. You needed to push. Like, you got that Baron and you literally did nothing with it. You sat there. And then as soon as Baron ended, you're like, okay, now we can push. And then they fought you and you guys lost. And like, you would have won that game if you just pushed with Baron. That's a big mistake. And that's something that you could have done. You could have convinced your team to push. The other thing is like, balance your team comp. One of the problems with stunning Talon mid is like, if you have... if you're all AD, like Talon mid makes your whole team AD and has a bad imbalance. Like, your team had way too much AD. That Lee Sin had like 270 armor and just couldn't die because your whole team minus Gragas was AD. So, and Gragas doesn't do enough damage to kill Lee Sin. So Gragas is really good at killing squishies, not killing bruisers. So That's one thing you have to be careful about when you pick Talon, is overloading your team with AD. And the reason why is like Talon's not tanky, so he's not a bruiser. He's a burst damage. So if everyone gets armor, you can't do your burst damage. But yeah, overall you played pretty good. I feel like you guys lost that game because you didn't push when you had Baron, and you weren't aggressive enough on that Tristana in like that one fight at bottom. But small mistakes by you. You played pretty well. The biggest thing is like when you're doing that well and you're picking up all those kills in the early game, you need to transition those kills into turrets and dragons and buffs. If you're just killing people, it's not that helpful. Like it's not that helpful to be like 8-2. What's more helpful is if you're like 5-2, but every one of those 5 kills you got a turret and a dragon. So like that one example where you went top, picked up a kill, Ahri went bottom, picked up a kill, and then they got dragon because Ahri went bottom. Like that's much better. You should focus more attention on bottom to gank than top, because bottom's where you get dragons from. So biggest thing when you're having a really strong early game, spiral it by taking objectives and taking turrets. And the other thing is push when you have Baron. But you did play really well. You played a pretty good game. So I don't really have too much to say. Some games you just lose, but I really feel like you guys lost that game by just not pushing when you got that Baron. Like you just crushed a team fight. You had tons of momentum. You have Baron, and you guys sat there and farmed your jungle. And I think that's where you lost that game. So yep, that's all I have to say here. Remember to check the website, rockalackalili.com. News and updates. I will be streaming Thursday at 11 a.m. EST. That's the next one. That's GMT -5. Yep, and that's all I have to say about this.